Hey, welcome back, Premium Scapers. Once again, we're on Wave 1.
Welcome back, Premium Scape.
We're doing some Let's Talk About It. We're in the Wave 1, Mildred's Prophecy here.
Maladons.
Maladon, I cannot pronounce
It's
this stuff
hard to tell
straight.
how it's really pronounced, y'all. I just think it sounds better.
Yeah, well, we'll let Shane do some pronouncing. I'm not beyond that. But he does have to do a drawing right here so that way we can get to talking about something.
Let's see here. Chris is always like trying to poke these cards out, y'all, and make me pick something.
Actually, I'm hoping for a paper cut.
Oh, no.
Who'd you got?
The Roman archers.
Roman archers. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Let's talk about these guys a little bit. I got to say, Romans, for me...
Chris likes him some Romans.
Yeah, before the Knights came along, the Romans were my thing, okay? These guys were my dig. I liked them. They were what I went after. They're human. Once they're a common squad, we're actually talking about common stuff for a change.
Yes, we finally get to move into the common range.
They're archers. They're disciplined. They're medium 5. They're a special they have is just one that's called arrow volley. It seems like the humans did not have a lot of specialties, if you know what I mean. They have arrow volley, special attack, range 6, attack 6. 3 unengaged adjacent Roman archers on the same level may combine their attacks and roll the attack dice as one attack. All Roman archers in the arrow volley must have a clear line of sight on the one target.
Mm-hmm.
The numbers they had 1 hit point lives. They move 4, so they're slow. They had a range of 6, pretty good for especially back then, not bad. They had the low 2 attack and a miserable 1 defense, and they were 55 points.
Yeah.
So that's what you got. Now, as far as playing with these dudes, I played a lot with them.
But they did synergize. Their card don't say that, but they synergize with their...
each other because of the arrow volley attack. They don't have a special move.
No, I meant they synergize with other heroes.
No.
They don't synergize with Marcus Gallius?
No, because what you're talking about is that he gives all soldiers a +1 movement, and these guys are considered archers. They're not soldiers.
Oh.
So they don't even get the +1 movement, see?
Oh.
So no, they don't synergize with nothing. You just brought a couple of squads, 2 or 3, so that way they'd be behind your Roman legionnaires, and they got the range attack, so they were in the back being protected, and you firing, and you're using, you try to use that arrow volley.
I played against him more than I played with him because he's usually like...
Yeah, because I'm the one with them all the time. I'm always using them because, like I said, before Knights, these guys were good. The Roman legionnaires were awesome. Like I said, I usually took a couple, I took as many Roman legionnaires as I could. I'd take a couple of archers to back them up, but not so many archers as you would the legionnaire, because you had the legionnaire in front of these guys protect them because they had no protection for their own. And with 1 defense dice, you're not protecting much there, guys. It's just not going to happen. Even if you're on height, it's not going to do you super good.
Yeah, I mean, you get to them, they're pretty much going to die.
And I'll be honest with you, in my mind, I don't remember playing against these guys at all. Because like I said, I usually was the one with them. I just loved using them. I drawed them. And then when I didn't use them, I don't think anybody else did use them.
Nah, I mean, you used them probably the only one that used
Probably.
them.
And in a big battle, maybe a 6 range is pretty good, You kind of keep them together. You kind of keep them on level ground. So that way they can throw out that big arrow volley. Throwing 2 dice 3 times, if you're attacking other squad figures, that might be pretty good. But most of the times you're trying to do that 6 dice into a hero or to a dragon or something,
I wish it didn't have to be level ground. They're shooting bows.
It would be nice if that wasn't that's back. I think I mentioned that back in a couple of videos back where Renegade could reword these cards and repower these cards and sell us new card packs, and that's one of the things they could do away with. They don't have to be on level ground. They just I think in Renegade's rules and regulations, what they like to throw out there is, as long as they wouldn't move, they could do the arrow. Now, if they move, they couldn't do the arrow volley, but if they've moved, then no arrow volley. I think that's what Renegade would do, and that would work pretty nice.
They give them a wait and fire volley.
Something like that, yeah. That would. I think that would be even better than what they're using now. But that's neither here nor there.
They look awesome. I mean, they're wrong.
Yeah, you know what? In tournament scene, I seem to think they would be better than what what they were when we used them on a big, huge map. I'm not saying they're the best range unit to use.
No, I mean, they are 55 points. I mean, when it comes to the Roman archers and the legionnaires, I mean, you can have a big squad of them.
Yeah, well, the Roman legionnaires are like 50 points for 4 of those guys. So you're, 2 of these guys, 55 points, that's 110 points, and you got 6 archers out there.
Yeah. I mean,
so
you can have a lot of figures. And look at it, man, chainmail.
Yeah, they look so good. And it really chafed my skin, the fact that Romans had archers and knights didn't.
Yeah.
That's the one drawback I hated about knights. But you know what? I think they're starting to perfect that coming forward. So I don't know. We'll see.
You got bear archers.
They're bear harpoon gunners.
I know it's a little bit better.
It is a little bit better, but like I was always hoping for knights with crossbows.
Yeah.
Well, that would have been so good.
We ain't got no crossbowmen yet.
Well, we do.
Who?
The Protectors of Orlar. The wing guys, the green, they got that.
Yeah,
they got that little crossbow gun.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got crossbow, but the Kyrie are using those.
Yeah.
No crossbow humans yet. All humans get bows or guns.
Hey, we got some new stuff coming out in Renegade where it's a giant with a bow.
Yeah, we do got that, but that'll be another day for those, and it's going to be a while off. I mean, you probably, if you watching our videos, you saw us talk about those on the Renegade Con where they released information. So we went over all that there. But yeah, when I talk about these guys, it's a one-sided story because all I can tell you about is how I used them. I can't really tell you how I fought against them because, like I said, I didn't really fight against them. If I did, the one time that I might have, I don't remember. But they're
you can have numbers used. They're squishy.
I'll say they're better than the orc archers, but anyway, that's another story too.
my orc archer gets to bring a man named Krug with him.
Well, my guys will be behind a line of shield walls, so I'm just saying you got to get through that first.
Krug will.
Well, he could if he don't get killed all of a sudden. He's a little squishy on the defensive side, but you kind of want him that way to an extent because he gets massive. That's another story. We're already off the archers already, but that's about. I know that's in this video. It's probably kind of a little bit shorter because I'm talking about using them, and Shane's the one talking about playing against them. But that's kind of how it was. So, but I love these guys. Like I said, until the Knights came along, man, these guys were my dig. I went to them all the time. I was like, oh yeah, I love these Romans.
I do still see them played every now and then. I mean, it ain't like they're completely left out.
Well, I'm gonna have to start finding where Shane watches some of these videos because I haven't seen them in forever. It's been ages since I've saw them.
Yeah, they do get used over a little bit every now and then. Somebody will use a big, huge army of them. Sometimes they use them with that Venhawk warlord for some reason.
I don't know.
There's some kind of warlord bonding going on there or something.
Not that I'm aware of. No, I mean they're not scouts. He helps scouts. These are archers and they're human and they're disciplined. There is something out there about discipline, maybe. I don't know what that is though. This one just sounds like it works somewhere, but I don't remember, so I'll have to wait.
Yeah, it does seem like I see Romans with Venhawk sometimes. Yeah,
strange.
I don't know.
Strange army. Well, guys, if you go out looking for these dudes, these are some super expensive guys actually. If you buy a pack of these, they come with 3 of these guys, and they come with 4 of the Roman legionnaires, and that pack is going to run you at least almost $100 now.
That's horrible.
And if you get these 3 on their own, you're probably looking at $40 to $50. And I think it's horrible to have to pay that for them. I would like not to pay no more than like $20, $22 for them. That's me. If you can find them for that, grab them. Chances are you're not going to find that, especially in today's market. Like I said, they come 3 to a squad, and then you could get the Roman Legionnaire, and that's like $100 a blister. So,
you know, what do you rank them?
Yeah, I don't rank them. But I will say this: when I bought all mine, see, they were all on clearance at a Walmart. Yeah. So I bought like 6 or 7.
He got very lucky on some of his deals.
I got like 6 or 7 of those blisters, and they were marked down to $7.99. Oh, you want to talk about being happy? You know, I look at today's prices, and I'm like, wow, I was so lucky to find those.
Yeah, Chris was finding shopping buggies in the stores plumb full of packs, and I was scrounging around stores trying to find a pack that I didn't have just so I could have a different pack.
Shane was out in North Carolina where heroscape was bare to the bone. You couldn't find nothing.
You would have thought it'd be the other way around.
And here I am back home in good old West Virginia, and I'm finding tons of this stuff. You know, it's like they bypassed the Carolina coast and come straight to the mountain state. You know.
I mean, I did. I struggled finding heroscape back in the day.
And I was swimming. It seems kind of not fair in a way. But now, like I said, there was some figures. I found lots of them. And then there were some, you know, even in this wave 1, like I found lots of these guys. I found lots of the orcs. But the snipers and vipers, not so much. That was a total different twist. And we'll get to those later. Yeah. But yep, that's these guys. That's all I can say about those today.
That's about all I can talk about them, too. I don't know what else really to say. They're an okay unit. I mean, yeah, they're still worth playing. I wouldn't.
And they're common squad, which means, you know, this is the first common squad we talk about, which means you can have as many of these on the board as you want or as you can fit into your army.
As long as you whatever points.
Right, your point cost or your space limit, you know, whichever one you're playing there. And like I said, this is the first common squad we got to talk about, and I'm glad it was Romans and archers. Yeah. It's pretty good. So guys, I'll end it with like I always do, and I'll tell you, hey, if you set your order markers right, you might win that fight.
That's right. Like and subscribe, and as usual, peace out.
Thank you, guys.